let's get started. Gateway, do you have any updates?
Hello. Private access to CL is in progress. But this week we'll finish consensus layer endpoint for Ethereum. It was requested by Breach team. It will be public endpoint, however, it will be available.
So it will be deployed this week, right?
This part, yes.
Okay, perfect. Anything else?
No, that's all.
All right, thank you. Shutter?
Yeah, not that much from our side this week. We did some small improvements on our fallback inclusion service. We had some false positives there that looked like transactions were included encrypted, but they actually were just by coincidence on the top of the block. So we tweaked some settings there to get rid of those. Otherwise, we're waiting for more validators to switch to the new Nethermind release candidate, and then we will see how the system hopefully improves with that.
What was the fallback about?
We have this, we call it the observer. It's basically just a piece of infrastructure we run that in case a transaction does not get picked up after a certain timeout, it gets transmitted unencrypted. So the transaction doesn't get lost. And this also keeps track of the number of shatterized and non-shatterized transactions. And there was a case where transactions that got included unencrypted, but still on top of the block, just by coincidence, would be counted as encrypted, even though they weren't. And that's basically what we fixed. So it's just a stats update, but it's good to know the accurate stats.
Okay, Hive tests?
Hi, I was focusing on fixing unstable Hive test, and during last week I fixed Erigon bug.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yes. Fixed Erigon file test.
Okay. Ethereum/tests? I don't know if Marcus is here. No, he's. Oh, yeah, he is.
Yes, I am here, but sorry, Yerkabulan and DevJit may have more updates on it. They are following the things on THN and TAN and retest TH. So, DevJit, do you have any update for our Ethereum test?
Yeah. Last time I spoke to Yerki. I think he was working on T8. What he told me was there is nothing to verify the T8 outputs of Nethermind against. I think it should be made. Honestly, I don't know the updates after that, but yeah. I'll talk to him again.
So you need some other clients that can also generate those outputs, or?
Yeah, but that's kind of a catch-21 situation there. What I told him was there will be some tests, for example, the static call, etc., in which Gnosis and EVM tests should output the same thing. So just asking for those kind of tests, just verify with Ethereum tests and see if the post states are the same or not. For others, I mean, you just are on your own.
Yes, Andrew.
Yeah, I think a good solution to this is to actually to rely on EOS to create a Gnosis-specific fork of EOS and then fill the tests with EOS. Is that for legacy tests, Ethereum? Okay, no. I mean for the new execution spec tests, but I guess for legacy tests, they cannot be filled with EOS.
But are we talking legacy tests as in Aura tests?
No, I mean, like, yeah, because it says Ethereum/test. So which test suite does it mean? Does it mean the test suite hosted on GitHub /Ethereum/tests, or what do you mean by Ethereum/tests?
Both of them have the same format, right?
Sorry, say again.
Both the Ethereum/tests and the execution spec tests. I mean, the last I checked, both of them had the same format. In fact, it's written in the execution/spec test docs that it doesn't replace the Ethereum/tests, rather it complements it. So there are several Ethereum/tests which are not in what's it called, the execution spec tests. But the format of the tests are the same in both.
Yeah, but the output format, but the source format is different, and I'm sure that for the newer test suite, i.e., the execution spec tests, you can actually instead of the like Nethermind specific transaction tool, you can use eels to produce the field fixtures. While for the older test suite, Ethereum/tests, I don't think it's possible.
Okay. There was a testing meet last week, but if I follow that correctly, I think T8N tool is still necessary in order to fill the tests. Like, but yeah, I'll check on it once. I may be wrong.
Okay, so concretely, what was the update here? So yeah, what was fixed? What was changed?
Who's this question for?
What's the update basically for the testing part, and what was done this week?
I just know that the T8N tool was created, but it can't be validated against anything. I'll check the chats once.
So basically, T8N tools didn't work for Gnosis before, but now does.
The tests
I will
weren't
reach
created.
out to Jerka from our team to get some more detailed info, because he's not there today. So maybe we'll get some insight from him.
Okay, let's do that then.
I will post it on channel.
All right, regarding execution layers, so Nethermind, do you have any updates?
So we finally managed to publish a release candidate after dealing with a few of the issues which we had, but right now we are much more confident that we fixed quite a lot of edge cases, which were, for example, corrupting our database. So right now everything works very smoothly, and we are observing how the release candidate is doing. ETA for full release is Monday or Tuesday. I discussed that specifically with Mark about Shutter, because as Mark mentioned, he wants to maybe introduce a little bit more validators before full release, to just keep an eye on that and make sure that everything works well. So Monday, Tuesday is an ETA for now. Everything looks well, hopefully. We have quite a few improvements, performance ones. The Shutter is fully released right now in that version. So we'll not need to build any custom ones from now on. And yeah, quite a few of the other smaller changes as well. Yes, about Force, we are right now testing that. Jarosław from our team posted last week some detailed outputs, how it will look like if we'll drop pre-merge data, if we'll drop it for the data only for everything except last 6 months, etc. So we are analyzing what's the best, but for now we probably will go, once we'll implement that, we'll go with pre-merge, because ERA format is not yet decided for post-merge data. And I guess that's all from our side.
All right, Erigon?
Nothing specific.
All right. Geth, I think, yeah, Guillaume is not here. Reth.
Added a few specific tests for withdrawals, and apart from that, added the testing framework, which takes in the tests from Ethereum/tests and the execution-led spec tests and runs them. Currently, since we don't have Gnosis-specific tests, I'm running on Ethereum once itself, and out of the 71, 53 are passing. The others are failing. I mean, I think 20 something is failing for mostly two reasons. Either Gnosis is different, like for withdrawals and 1559, or I mean, the Reth has different error forms rather than Ethereum. So I mean, the Ethereum spec. So even if it's correctly failing, even then Reth is throwing an issue. But yeah, these tests are currently live on CI.
Okay, and how many tests did you say from the Ethereum spec tests and Ethereum tests are passing?
Yeah, there are 71 tests in total, and out of that, 18 are failing, so 53 passing.
All right. Anything else for Pectra? I don't think so. Let me quickly check. Yeah, okay. Right. So for error files on Nethermind side, is there any like ETA?
No ETA as I'm aware of right now. For now, we are working on the implementation details. There are some bigger issues which were spotted, and right now Ashraf from our team is working on fixing that.
Got it. And yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the dropping pre-merge states, is this already, like, when is this planned to be included?
Okay. So for in mainnet, what we discussed is like we will drop pre-merge data in May 2025. So this is for mainnet. And for Gnosis, I guess we need to decide on the date right now, right? But we need first to make sure that our implementation is working well.
All right, perfect. Yeah, I think that is everything for today. Any questions or comments? Deb,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I just saw what Yerka told me. So he said he is working on retest. So that means Ethereum/tests, because the new format doesn't work with retest. So he's working on the legacy tests.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll check with you offline because I'm not sure I understood everything about testing and I don't want to write anything wrong here. Yeah, so if there's nothing else, thanks for joining and see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye. Yeah, sorry, maybe.
Thank you.
Wait 1 second, Andrew.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, so I think it's an important thing to do. Maybe it's not super urgent, but we should do it. We should actually create a Gnosis-specific version of EOS and fill the execution spec tests with it, and thus will produce like client-independent test fixtures. So I think like Debjit, let me know if you have the capacity to work on it, and if not, we'll find someone from our team. Yeah, and maybe if you have a kind of a testing call on Gnosis, I think we have this Gnosis QA chat, right? So, and I'm there. Let me know if you have a testing call on Gnosis, and I'll try to join the next one.
Yes. So what you said, I think that's okay. So you're saying we should generate the yield specific for Gnosis, but
Yeah.
the issue is that to verify if they're correct or not, there has to be a reference client, right? So
No. So the thing that's the eels are actually the specs, the protocol specs. So it's basically they are the replacement, like a replacement for the yellow paper, right? And yeah, they're very cool. There is a blog post on. You can. I'll just share it. And basically, we can, because after the merge, the difference between the Gnosis chain and Ethereum are quite small. We can actually fork the Ethereum EOS and make, like, manually make the necessary changes for Gnosis chain. It will be mostly about rewards and burnt fees, and then we can use those EOS. We can work with the Ethereum testing team to actually use those EOS, Gnosis EOS, to fill the execution spec tests without a client-specific transaction like T8 tool.
Okay. I'll go through the thing and I'll try to come up with something by next week, hopefully.
Cool.
All right. Any other questions or comments? Perfect. Then thanks for joining, and yeah, see you next week.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a good week. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.